Hi, I'm Dr. Lisa Thompson of drlisaandthompson.com, and in today's video, we're going to talk about 3 simple tips to build a highly engaged buyer's audience for your business. So get out a pad of paper and a pen and be prepared to take some notes. Now, before we begin, let me ask you a few questions. How would your business change if you were selective to who you wanted to work with? I want you to imagine for a moment being at a live event and someone from your team that you personally enrolled was recognized on stage as a top producer, and when they were on stage sharing their story, called you out to thank you. How would it feel to have people reaching out to you on a daily basis on social media where they're giving you shout outs on Facebook Lives and webinars, and they're tagging you in posts on Facebook and thanking you for introducing your product, service, or business to them? Very, very powerful. Now, if you've answered yes, or you've been thinking about how exciting it would be and you would love those experiences, the way that you do this, and this is what the top earners do, is they use attraction marketing to build an engaged buyer's audience. So what is attraction marketing? Attraction marketing is positioning yourself in front of your perfect prospect as the go-to person in your particular niche or expertise. In other words, you are looking for people who are looking for you. Now, this is a continuation in our attraction marketing series. And so I want to briefly give you a review before we head into which is step 5 here. You see, all of the top earners in the home business space use the 7-step attraction marketing formula. And I want you to notice something with these steps. Step 1 is branding you. You need to know who you are, what do you stand for, and who are you going to serve? Where are you going to decide to plant your flag and be the go-to expert in? Once you've decided that, we move to step 2, which is to define your audience. Not everybody's your market, okay? When you market to everybody, you market to nobody. So you want to make sure that you know specifically who your perfect prospect is and write them down in detail. You want to make sure you really watch that video on step 2, because that's going to give you such clarity. From there, once you know who you are and who you want to be the expert in, and you know your audience, then you need to understand your audience's problems. And you can go online in different Facebook groups, research hashtags, and go to places on bulletin board forums online, Quora, and you can find what people are asking about in your niche. What are their biggest problems? From there, we move to step 4, which is we're going to start creating content that addresses those problems. And we talked about in step 4 all of the different ways you can come up with content that will meet and solve your market's needs. Today, we're focusing on step 5, which we're going to talk how to build your audience. And it's very, very important that you pay attention to this video, because so often what many people do, and this is the mistake that gets their Facebook account suspended, people start unfriending them and blocking them on social media, is how you approach people when you build your audience. And when you do it correctly, they are going to want to remain with you. They're going to become loyal to you. They're going to be loyal to a fault, where they're going to buy from you not only as customers, but eventually they're going to want to join you in your business. So, and then after that, we go to engage. And notice at step 7, we get to sell your audience. That's the last thing that we focus on. So let's get right to it in building your audience. One thing that you need to understand is that people buy from people, not companies or compensation plans. Now, why it's so important is that 82% of buyers viewed at least 5 pieces of content from the winning vendor. This is according to HubSpot. And what that means is that when you're building your audience, content creation is a part of that. You see, as I alluded to in the last video, more and more people are using ad blockers. So if you try doing advertising, it's not going to be seen. People are turning a blind eye. They are looking and are hungry to consume content. So if you're creating content that is catching people's eyes and it's solving a problem, they are going to want to buy from you. And the key thing here is making sure you're creating content that's relevant and engaging. And that's why creating content on a daily basis is so, so important. Now, the fastest way to make more money online is to talk to more targeted people. Not just anybody, not making a list of 100 and talking to everybody. You want to find people who are interested, who are raising their hand and saying, yes, I want to know more. So there are 2 main ways to build an audience. There's social media networking, where you go into places like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and that's generally free. Then there is paid advertising, when you use, for example, Facebook ads, where you are doing Facebook ads to drive people to your posts on Facebook so that it drives them to your website. Today we're going to focus on the free, which is social media networking. It's one of the easiest ways to get started when building an audience. But if you have a budget right now, I would also recommend, if you really want to get started fast, doing paid advertising. But for now, let's focus on social media networking, specifically Facebook. I'm going to share with you 3 simple ways right now on how you can build an audience on Facebook. I'm going to show you how to leverage leaders in your niche on Facebook, how to follow people on Facebook in Facebook groups, and how to leverage Facebook friend requests to build an audience. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to quickly pause this video. We're going to hop over to Facebook and we're going to see some audience building examples. Okay, here we are at Facebook, and what we're going to do right now is we are going to focus on finding leaders in your niche. And I'm going to focus on the home business niche, and we're going to be looking at Eric Worre. He's one of the top home business experts in the network marketing niche. So what you want to do is find the leaders in your niche and see who is following these leaders. Okay, so as you can see here, he's got over 1 million people liking his page. So you want to make sure first that you've liked the page and you're following so that you can see his content coming up on your newsfeed. So if you come down, I'm going to come down here where there's a post, and I'm going to find one here that has a lot of comments. So as we come down here, okay, I'm going to pick this one here where he's doing a video. And if you notice here, look at all the comments. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here, and all of a sudden you're going to see a window come up. And so what we want to do is we want to find people. Now look at, these are all these different fan pages. You can like those fan pages if it meets if they're within your niche, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to focus on people. So all I'm going to do is I am going to hover over the person's name here, and I'm going to look for a follow button, and I'm going to follow these people. So I'm just going to hover. Okay, this one doesn't have it. Now if they have no avatar, I'm not going to be looking at that. So we're going to see here. Okay, so this person here has a follow button. So I am going to click follow. I'm going to come over here. I'm just going to scroll down. So you can go through some of these posts. Okay, I'm going to follow him. And I'm going to come here. Does he have a follow? As you can see, as I go through, now here's one with following. I'm going to make sure, all right, here's one here. I'm going to follow. So if they have the follow button, we are just going to touch that. Now what happens is when you follow people, okay, Facebook is going to send a notification that they have somebody following them. And what will happen is people are more than likely going to come and check you out. And using the law of reciprocity, they are going to follow you back. So you can go through some of the top leaders and go through this process that I just shared with you here and take about 5 minutes and just follow people on here who have liked or commented on these posts. So it's a very, very easy way to start building an audience of people. Now the next thing you want to do is we can do the same process in Facebook groups. So then all you have to do, if you come over here, now this is another group with network marketing, and these are for people who like Robert Kiyosaki. So I can come over here where it says members, and I will come over, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look here. You can find, you have all the members here, and you can come down and you can see your friends, okay? They've broken this down by friends or members with things in common. So then this is really nice because you can look here and see who are the people in the group that you may have in common with. And then you can just go through and see there's a follow. I can come here, follow. I can follow. All right. And see, what's really good when you do the following is that you want to be careful with who you're sending Facebook friend requests to, because what Facebook is doing right now is, they're changing their algorithms, which means how long your content stays on the newsfeed. If your content and people aren't liking, commenting, and sharing your posts, Facebook's going to put a lower weight on your posts, which means they're not going to stay in the news feeds very long. So you want to make sure that when you're adding people as friends, you want to make sure that they are going to be interacting with you on a consistent basis. And that's why the follow button is so important. So you can kind of check out and see what they're doing. And then, and when you're following people on Facebook, it's going to be easy to respond as well via Facebook Messenger. So this is just another way you can work with the members. And I'll show you one other way here too. You can find out who else has recently joined, and you can do the same thing, hover and then follow. Very, very, very effective. Now the third way we can do this is if we come over, and now when people send you Facebook friend requests, this is an untapped area where you can really find people and start building an audience. So what you'll do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click on this person here, and I am going to look, okay, and I'm going to, as I look through her timeline, I'm going to see how consistent she posts on Facebook. So as you can see here, she posted about 11 hours ago. Okay, so I'm looking for really consistent posts, okay, where they're posting almost daily or, 1 or 2 days, to make sure that they, I don't want somebody who's only posting once a week or once a month or a couple of months, because they're not engaging. I want people who are active on Facebook. So as you can see here, she's pretty active, okay? And she's got some things in here really good with, showing she's a marketer. And so this is somebody I would definitely want to get to know a little bit. So I'm going to click the follow button, and then I'm going to send her a message. And so the message I'm going to put is, "Hey Ruby, thanks for the Facebook friend request. Curious, what inspired you to reach out and connect?" Okay? And then I'm going to wait for her to respond. Now, if she responds back, then I'm going to start a conversation Then if we continue the conversation, then I will definitely hit the confirm request. So these are just some wonderful ways to get started in building your audience. So let's get back to the slides. Now, wasn't that helpful? Now, I want to share something very important when you start these conversations with people on Facebook doing those 3 simple steps I outlined. You want to resist the urge to hit them with a sales pitch right off the bat. Ray Higdon, one of the top home business earners, okay, top network marketer, and he's now training network marketers. The biggest takeaway I ever had from him is when he said, seek conversation over conversion. Let me say that again. Seek conversation over conversion. So you want to start conversations and get to know them a little bit first before you hit them with your sales pitch. And there's real specific ways on how to do that. Stay with me until the end of this video because I have something very special for you where you can learn from Ray on how to do this. So what this boils down to when you're building your audience and you're spending this time doing this, it comes to 3 daily action steps. First, you want to start creating a piece of content every single day. It can be in the form of a Facebook Live. It can also be a blog post. But you want to be putting out content that's going to establish you as the authority and expert in the marketplace. Then what you want to do is connect with 10 people a day, new people a day, expanding your network using the 3 steps I just taught you in this video. And then you want to write to your email list once a day. These are the 3 daily action steps that are going to put you in position to not only get leads, but to profit daily. Do these 3 things and you're going to see your results change dramatically. Did you find this video helpful today? Leave a comment and share. Now, I have something very special for you. Starting December 7th through the 16th, there is an Attraction Marketing Virtual Summit where the 40 top producers in the home business space are going to come together over the course of 9 days, and they are going to show you how to use attraction marketing online to grow your audience, influence, and income, meaning how to get more leads, get more reps, and get more customers without sounding spammy, without sounding salesy, doing no hotel meetings, no home parties, and no cold calling. Very, very exciting here. So here are some of the people that are going to be doing this virtual summit. Some of the top earners: Matt Morris, Mike Dillard, Doug Firebaugh, Ray Higdon, Rachel Jackson, Lisa Grossman, Diane Hockman, Todd Falcone, Cedric Harris, Ann Sieg, Vince Reed, Jonathan Budd, Lisa Torres, John and Nadia Melton, Masa Semzar, Miguel Montero, David Sharp, Tracy Walker, Todd and Leah Getz, Mark Hoverson, Tanya Eliza, Cesar Rodriguez, Toby and Layla Black, Kate McShay, to name a few. And they are going to walk you through step by step how to finally get results in your business. The best part is this is entirely free. Now, registration starts Monday, November the 27th. And so what I want you to do to get early bird registration, I will be sending you the link early on Monday, November 27th. So if you want that link, you need to get on my email list at workwithdrlisathompson.com. And when you do, you will be notified when this link and registration goes live so that you can get access to those recordings. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video where we're going to talk about how to engage your audience.